Now, just a quick word about these solutions themselves. The 2-litre TDI and the 1.2-litre TDI only need a software update. For the 1.6-litre TDI, a flow transformer will also be fitted in front of what is called the air mass sensor. This flow transformer improves the measuring accuracy, and then when combined with a software update, it optimizes the injection volume of fuel injected, and that is a factor that has a significant impact also on the production of nitrogen oxides. Now, you and your colleagues have written much about this solution and the what is called mesh it involves. And we keep on hearing the same question. Well, if the solution is so simple and inexpensive into the bargain, why are you only fitting it now? The answer is just as simple. First of all, this technology was not available at the time when the A189 was developed. And second, a retrofit wasn't on the agenda until quite recently, because no one knew that there was a problem with the EA189. So, now that all the solutions for Europe are on the table, we can get to work putting them into practice. We are beginning now next month with the recall of the 2-litre TDI, which is the variant that has the highest number of vehicles affected. And the recall for the 1.2-litre TDI is scheduled to start in the second quarter of next year, and then the implementation phase for the 1.6-litre models is planned for the third quarter of next year. Now, this is the last model we recall, because we need an appropriate lead time for sourcing and producing the hardware that we require. As plans stand now, the entire campaign will take the whole of next year. Now, the recall obviously poses an enormous logistical challenge, but our aim is still to have completed the retrofits by the end of the year, if possible. By the way, can I remind everyone that owners do not have to contact us. Each owner will be informed whenever their vehicle will be called for the update, so they will receive that information directly. I presented a 5-point plan for the realignment of the group back at the end of October. And for me, all the 5 priorities are equally important. The first priority on this list is to provide effective technical solutions for our customers. And of course, our customers also want to know how these manipulations came about, and more particularly, and rightly so, they want us to put their vehicles to rights as quickly as possible, and I'll come back to that in a moment. Now, then Mr. Pötsch has already talked at length about the second priority, establishing the truth, and obviously it has very high importance for us in the Board of Management. And that is why we have done everything in our power to make sure that internal auditing could really work as independently as possible. And let me also add one more point. When in early November we uncovered implausibilities in CO2 data for some vehicle models, well, that certainly did not make any situation any easier. The fact that this was uncovered by our own investigations and that we went public at a very early stage, that also demonstrates that we are absolutely determined to engage in this process of what we call clarification and transparency. May I also make one more comment here at this point. As we have announced yesterday, we have assigned operational responsibility for the full clarification of the diesel issue to my colleague Francisco Javier Garcia Sanz. So, it is in very good hands indeed. At the same time, by appointing a group board member for this task, we are actually documenting how important it is for us that we make progress swiftly. Points number 3 to 5 on my list of priorities all relate to the fundamental realignment of the group that we have already initiated. We're renewing our structures, we're renewing our mindset and the way we do things. And we're also redefining our targets. In other words, we're evolving our strategy for the next 10 years. These 5 points also have a double message to them. We're doing everything we can to overcome the present situation. But we will not allow this crisis to paralyze us. Quite on the contrary, we are using it as a catalyst for change that Volkswagen needs. For me, it's important to make clear that this 5-point plan is not a declaration of intent. It sets the guidepost for our actions. It is truly our agenda. It's our yardstick, if you will. That holds true for Volkswagen, but this is also true for me personally.
There are no plans to sell any assets. We're a company with 12 very strong brands. We are happy to have those brands, and there are no plans to sell any one of them. In fact, there is no need to even think about this question. I know that some journalists disagree, but I cannot confirm their views. And I'm not going to speculate today and give you a figure about the possible damages we might have to pay. That remains to be seen. We just have to wait and see, and then take it one step at a time, react appropriately. But we are firmly convinced that our liquidity and our performance is strong enough, so strong that we don't have to even think about this question.
Ladies and gentlemen, even though the current situation is serious, the company will not go to pieces because of it. On the contrary, we have a clear mission. We want to create a new, a better, a stronger Volkswagen, a company that successfully makes the transition to the new automotive world based on its innate strengths. A company that now unleashes new energy and leverages its enormous potential even more effectively. And not least, a company whose clear values form the basis for sustained success.